very exciting. Just like the IPL, Big Bash, you get to galvanise with all the guys you really haven't played cricket with, and different knowledge of the game and different ways to play the game as well. It opened your eyes, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity.
Last 3 months have been tough on you, personally.
It definitely has been. I just remember from my family, obviously the fans out there that support cricket and Australian cricket. So, I'm responsible for that. That's my fault. And it's why I've had some tough times. But I'm an adult, big, strong, and I'll move forward and keep continuing to move forward and making sure I'm doing the right things at the right time to keep playing the best cricket I can.
Hello Javid, and Dr. ADNAN from Match Point. He was from Toronto. So first of all, welcome to the Canada and welcome to the cricket. We were wishing to see you and Steve back in the business, and yesterday we saw a brilliant effort, and right now we have enjoyed plenty of good effort on the boundary and a magnificent catch. So very good cricket, and congratulations to you. So in your team today, I was not expecting Ali Khan and Junaid Siddiqui, how they were bowling, little unknown names. Although Junaid is playing for the Canadian team and from the OCA, a lot of efforts along with Ryan Pathan he was doing. So how about these guys?
Yeah, they're very, very good cricketers in their own right. I think what lifts people in these tournaments is the people that you have around you. It's the experience that these guys get to play with. There's some big names in this tournament, and I think you'll see a lot more of the guys that you don't hear too often be stars in this tournament. I think the way that they bowled today was very well, and that's dictated by obviously how many runs you got on the board as well. But with 10 and over to get 10 overs gone, you're always in a contest and there's always pressure. But they handled themselves very well, and I thought Darren Bravo played well as well. Good innings.
Yeah, and one more thing, the Ben McDermott, we were seeing him in the 2015 World Cup in the nets. So his dad, he was one of the dream breakers for a lot of the opposition. So what about the Ben and his future?
Yeah, look, he's got a bright future. Look at his Big Bash results. He smacked them out of the park at home. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a good player. I think he's going to be a very good player he is now, but in the future he definitely will. I think he definitely will play cricket for Australia.
Question, Dave, you seem to get most of the blame for the scandal 3 months ago, and you copped a lot of news stories as well, and you seem to get most of the news. What do you say to people that say you shouldn't be playing in this tournament, you shouldn't be playing all of the tournaments? So a lot of people on social media have been saying that, they're off cricket, they're off you, because of that incident.
Well, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and if I look back and look at the past that's happened and the sanctions that have been handed down by the ICC, it is what it is. And for us to come out here and play the game that we love, we're very fortunate for that. We're grateful for that opportunity that Canada Cricket have given this opportunity, and critics will be critics. That's at the end of the day, that's why they're behind the keyboards. They do what they do, and we just move forward and just try and ignore that.
You have been away from cricket for a while. There's anything specific that you like to achieve in this tournament?
Get more than one run. Fielding was very good, but look, for me, it's about getting back into the rhythm of cricket again, making sure I'm putting my best foot forward for this tournament, making sure that I'm putting 100% effort in all the time, giving advice to the guys that don't get the opportunity to play on the big stage as well, and just to compete. It's been a long 3 months for myself, thinking that I probably wouldn't be over here, but it's a good opportunity. I'm excited about it, and I look forward to the rest of the tournament. Wish you Yeah, well, they approached myself and my manager at home, and I thought, being at home for the last 12 weeks was great for me, great for my mind. There's a lot of mental scars after the Ashes, and that probably saw my form and maybe Steve as well. The one-day series against England, it takes a lot out of you, and moving on to South Africa and then what happened. It was really, really tough, and we're responsible for that, and we're moving on. To get back out here and play cricket is really good for us mentally. I was excited about the opportunity and chance to actually come here and play, and to do what we love. You can't sit at home and well on what's happening in the market and move forward. And I felt that this was a great opportunity to get back out there and just play cricket and be happy.
Sharpness from next TV United States. Coming back to cricket in this tournament, at half time, the score 203 that you guys made, what were you thinking at that time? Because yesterday 227 got chased down. One thing, and the other thing, where Australia played in their recent series against England, you must have been missing that.
Yeah, so if I go to your first question, you're in this game no matter what. If you've got wickets in hand, you can chase anything. And, you know, we saw the totals yesterday, but I don't think that wicket reflected on that total. I think, you know, sometimes execution of the bowling wasn't there. We got a lot of probably freebies, and that probably allowed us to keep going with the momentum. I felt that they bowled pretty well during the middle period. We changed our arm a little bit, and you know we played some high risk shots, and we got away with them. That allowed us to get to 100. And on the flip side, 10 overs in, it's about backing your best bowlers, and you saw there with Dwayne, he bowled himself, and our main bowlers, you know, the two overs at the end. We knew if they're going to get 50 or 4 balls, he deserves it.
Last two questions. Second part. No, sir. One question.
Dave, this is the first time we've heard from you since return from South Africa. Can you just clarify how your relationship with Steve Smith is? There was some scuttlebutt about a potential feud between the two.
Yeah, that's just what happens. You know, you're always going to get that impression, or people are going to get that impression. But me and Steve, we're good mates. You know, if people hang in the hotel, I see us, you know, hanging out with each other and stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, it was a big thing that happened, and for us, you got to handle it in an individual way, and then how you handle it collectively. And we haven't really been able to catch up because he's been away, you know, Cameron's been in Perth, and I've been doing right work, and I've got, you know, family at home, so it's been hard. But this has been good. We caught up and had numerous chats, and I'm sure we'll hang out plenty more in the same hotel.
So your first time in Canada, you played all over the world. Is any condition different than other places? And the second is like how Canada treating you?
Canada's treating us very well. You know, people are very humble, and we're excited to be here. If it's different, I'd say that the outfield's never been that long. And I think all the boys in there just talking about how heavy their legs are. So it's something we're going to have to get used to. But you know, overall, it's exactly like a normal cricket venue. You've got a wicket, but the park and the serenity is amazing.
And last question then.
So, how has it changed your outlook on cricket and life, and how do you think it's changed you?
Well, I think if you're stuck inside this tent for 360 days, you probably 65 days, you probably go insane. So, in the bubble that we've been in for the last sort of 6 or 7 years, you need time out, and I think this 12 months is going to be a good reflection upon myself as a person and a character, as a dad and a family man. As I said, the last 12 weeks has been tough, but it's enabled me to spend a lot of time with my family, and that's something that I always cherish every day. You know, to have my daughter on FaceTime and say that she misses me and loves me and she wants to come over here and watch cricket, I'm excited that, you know, they want to get back into it as well. And, you know, it's those things that we miss. You know, I'm extremely grateful for cricket and what it's brought me. The game owes me nothing, and that's what I'm saying. To be here is you know, I'm just so grateful for Canadian cricket to have this tournament. You know, as I said, it's a reflection of what we do day in, day out. Tough on the road, all 3 forms, but a lot of time in this next sort of 8 months to 9 months to ponder and to think about what my future holds. And I'm as grateful for this opportunity to be back out of my career.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
David, the next one.
Hello to all of you, another episode of Match Point by Dr. Adnan, and these feeds are again coming from the Maple Leaf Cricket Ground, and we are on the day 2 of the Canadian Global T20 Cricket Tournament, where today was the second match between the Winnipeg Hawks and Montreal Tigers. So usually what we were telling and the story I was briefing to you was that Winnipeg Hawks and Montreal Tigers will be all between Latish Malinga and David Warner, but unfortunately we couldn't see the either way. Neither the burst of Malinga and the deadly Yorkers, nor the outburst of David Warner, for which he is famous for. The rejected Australian captain Steve Smith, yesterday we saw for the Toronto Nationals amazing run chase record for the Darren Sammy team, and they made the new trend setting in the global T20 cricket Canada on the day one while chasing the 228 runs in 20 overs. Rather, I should say less than 20 overs. So, what's on? Today, Winnipeg Hawks beat Montreal Tigers by 40 runs. 40 runs is a huge margin in the T20 cricket, and today it was totally one-sided game between both the teams, and it was never in their control. If I go back towards little bit in the beginning of the game, so I will tell you that the game was the toss was won by the Montreal Tigers, Latish Malinga, and Latish Malinga, I think he saw there is no depth in the pitch. There is no, there was nothing in the pitch. But I think Latish Malinga was focusing on, like all other skippers, as what they were thinking, that chase and do chase and make the things possible. So Latish Malinga team put David Warner's and Dan Bravo's Winnipeg Hawks into the bat. So after they put to the bat, Lendl Simmons was bowled by Walker on 36 runs. Later on, David Warner, we were expecting some huge outlash from him, but unfortunately David Warner couldn't exhibit some fireworks, and he was out on one. He was bowled by Malinga. And then came the Ben McDermott. He is the man of the match, and he was the man of the day too. Ben McDermott, if most of you are not knowing, I may tell you who is Ben McDermott. He is the son of Greg McDermott, who is the dream breaker for his oppositions and dream breakers. If you remember the 1987, 4th November 1987 semi-final being played in Lahore, that was the first semi-final of the 1987 Cricket World Cup. So in that World Cup, Greg McDermott and the Bruce Reid destroyed Pakistan batting lineup and shattered their dreams of becoming the world champion and going to then Calcutta, where the first ever final was played on the Asian grounds, and Pakistan dream was buried in Lahore because of that man. So his son Ben McDermott became Greg McDermott, but the team was not Pakistan. Team was this time Montreal Tigers. Ben McDermott, the wicketkeeper batsman, he was bowled by Cooper, catch Hendricks on 68, and then Devin Bravo, who was bowled by Malinga later on. But after the initial damage was done, he made the 54, and things were out of the Malinga's fingers and hands. And the David Miller, who has been said to be the killer Miller from the South African killer Miller, who is my killer Miller also. His assault of 35 on 15 balls was the end of story and the last nail in the coffin by the Winnipeg Hawks. And then the Devin Bravo, who just supported him at the end, making the 5 runs, 4 extras, and the total of 203 at the loss of 4 wickets. Then came the batting, and now after the batting, so huge target for Montreal Tigers. But if you go to the day number 1, we can say not the huge target, because yesterday this total was achieved and very easily and comfortably by Darren Sammy, by Steve Smith, and lot of Toronto National players, and they played a very good innings and ultimately winning and chasing unbelievably 228 runs made by the Chris Gale team, Vancouver Knights. But nothing happened like this. So just before going to the innings of the Montreal Tigers, I want to tell you that the Winnipeg Hawks were playing, and when they made 203 runs, what happened to the bowlers? Malinga was again, although his magic couldn't work for his team, but again he was the pick of the bowling. So what happened? Peter Siddle 4 overs, 0 wickets and 51 runs. Latish Malinga 4 overs, only 19 runs. He was deadly strict and miser in giving runs, and he took 2 wickets. Sunil Narayan's 4 overs, and he was little expensive with 35 runs and no wickets in his pocket. And then comes the Kevin Cooper, 3 overs, and I think he was the treat and the gift for Winnipeg Hawks, as in the 3 overs he gave away 45 runs and he took only 1 wicket. And Devin Smith 1 over he threw 0 wickets and 10 runs, and this was the end of the innings. So then come the chase by the Montreal Tigers, but the earlier Devin Smith and Sunil Narine, they started the batting for Montreal Tigers. As we have seen that Sunil Narine has been discovered as a batsman also during the days when he was playing for the franchise Lahore Qalandar in the Pakistan Super League PSL. So again this time we were expecting the huge outburst from the Sunil Narine, that he will make something possible and he will do something, but at the end of the day he couldn't do. Devin Smith catch Warner, bowled Ali Khan on 0. The start was very amazing, all set for the Winnipeg Hawks, and the second, then the Sunil Narine was immediately retired hurt after making the 16 runs, and then Moses Hendricks, he was bowled by Junaid Siddiqui on 23 runs. So 2 names I am telling you. This thing I did ask Warner also, because I was underrating them for the today's match. These 2 guys, Ali Khan and Junaid Siddiqui. Ali Khan at Montreal Tigers, but after some time we saw a collapse, and he was bowled by Junaid Siddiqui. Junaid Siddiqui bowled him brilliantly when Hendricks was all set. Might be you would not be knowing about the Moises Hendricks, so I may tell you about this man, that right now Football World Cup is going on and you will be following obviously Cristiano Ronaldo from Portugal. So this man is very much Portugalian. I mean, he was born in Portugal, but later on at the very tender age of 1 year he moved to Australia along with his parents, and when he moved to the Australia he went there and he played with the New South Wales and lot of teams, and then he played Australian cricket, then the Big Bash. So he's having a lot of experience of playing with the Australians, and he was knowing Warner and the other mates very well. But this man Hendricks couldn't do much damage. He made 23 on the 27 balls, and later on he was out. And then George Worker came and he was bowled by Right Amrit. You will be knowing, he was the reserve players and the alternate players who came to the Qazafi Stadium Lahore after a lot of players refused in the Pakistan Super League Season 2. So after the Amrit, Sunil Narine came to the action again as he was retired hurt, but he couldn't resist much. He wanted to accelerate, was giving the final man of the match because of his outburst in the beginning, taking the game away from the Letish Malanga Montreal Tigers. So this is it from here, from Toronto Maple Leaf Cricket Ground, and tomorrow there will be 2 matches as we are progressing towards the weekend, and now it's a time for the double header. Double header is progressing now. On the day 1 and day 2 there was only 1 game, but now it will be a double header. First game will start on 11 a.m. in the morning, and the second game will be as usual about 4 o'clock. It will be started. And says you bye bye from Match Point. Take care and bye bye.